Hello and welcome to Game Invader. I'm Richard, and today I'm going to be reviewing for my Christmas buying guide Watch Dogs 2. Now, if you're like me and feel like this about hacking,
I was zero cool.
Zero cool, crashed 1,507 systems in one day. Biggest crash in history. Front page New York Times, August 10th, 1988.
rather than this, or you just feel like a complete idiot, then Watch Dogs 2 might just be for you. So, let us begin. Now, the first thing you'll notice is Aiden Pearce, the protagonist from the first game, has gone. What a miserable fucker he was, honestly. So, for this, I will give Ubisoft some really big marks. Now, here's where we begin. Let's see. They're making it very light-hearted. I can honestly say that. It's what it is now. It's got rid of the seriousness, which is good, a very good thing. I have just got one problem, and that one problem is Watch Dogs 1. I'm just not sure whether this can actually fix the damage that game did, in my opinion. I mean, I was so excited about Watch Dogs 1 and so disappointed. I think many people were when that game came out. But, you know, I think this goes a long way. I think if I was going to pay $44.99 or however much it is full price, I would be thoroughly disappointed. But as it stands, I think that if it was in a £10 bargain bin, which I think it might be after Christmas, I would buy it and be quite happy to play it. For me, it didn't have any replayability value. I mean, it's just a by the numbers Ubisoft game. I mean, just look at the fucking map, for God's sake. It's got so many different icons. So, I mean, what can you say about it? It's one of these games which just, for me, just feels by the book, by the numbers. It wants to sell. The problem is that this game hasn't sold. I mean, this has been a big problem this Christmas for all sequel games. They just haven't sold very well. So, I don't know. I think people will like this, but to me, I'm just running around as a guy with a laptop doing something that could be extremely boring. I mean, have you tried coding in real life? Have you tried hacking? I mean, it's for fat people or people who stay up all night drinking fucking Red Bull. I mean, who the fuck does it anymore? I mean, most of the time these hackers now just DDoS everything, you know. They just get that ion cannon shit and press DDoS button. It's not hacking anymore. But, you know, I mean, they have to make it look glamorous for the sales, you know. As it stands, this game does do a lot for me. I mean, the controls are sound and they're safe, and they do what they say they're going to do. There's not many bugs, not many glitches. I mean, I know people are going to say, I've seen some, I've seen loads, blah, 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 but I'll be honest with you, I haven't seen any game-breaking ones. I've seen some woman, some biddy floating mid-air trying to climb up on a box, like literally just climbing up and climbing up and climbing up until she was as high as a fucking 10-story building. But apart from that, nothing bad. Didn't really get to play the online, because when I did have it, the online was fucked, really. I mean, when isn't it fucked on an open world game when it just comes out? So, but I will say, this has done a lot, but it's trying to fix something, and it's trying to fix Watch Dogs 1, and it just fails on that front, I can say that much. I mean, I really disliked Watch Dogs 1. You know, I mean, it could be worse. I mean, on the turd scale, I mean, this is really only a 2 out of 5 turds, you know. I mean, 5 being the worst it could be, and like 1 or 0 turds being the best it can be. But, you know, I mean, they've done a by the book, good numbers job. I just feel it's a little too late, you know. But, I mean, some people like this, and I really wouldn't advise buying this for any kids, but I would, if you want a bit of a fun time, something, buy this and then trade it in. I would really advise that. I would advise that. If you want to experience it, buy it, trade it in for something you might like. But yeah, I think it's good. Now, let's get started on gameplay. I would say one of my favourite bits of this game, I really do have to stress this, absolute favourite, is the RC. You can sit outside of an area, you know, I mean, just say it's like all red on the map, so you can't go in there. If you step in there, the police will be called and they'll just shoot you and you'll die within a matter of seconds. But if you send the RC in, you can sneak round and make sure they don't see it. You can pretty much do a whole level like that, as long as you can hack it and, you know, go in there. I mean, sometimes I will say this, you have to go in physically and pick up the disc or pick up whatever and sneak about and make sure you don't get seen, but that's simple enough, and you can go through the whole game without really killing anyone. I mean, there is the last bit on the level, you might have to kill some people, but I mean, what can you do? But I think this game really does a good job. There is little bits. I mean, you have got a stun gun at the beginning, and I feel like, you know, you stun them, these people sleep for a bit. I mean, you can see the little Zs above their head, and when they've all gone, very Metal Gear Solid style, they wake up. But then I don't understand it. You smack someone over the head with your truncheon or whatever it is, that little bit of string with a ball on the end, and they're knocked out for the whole rest of the duration of the mission. That sort of stuff really doesn't make sense, but I mean, you use it to your advantage. I do think they could have done something more on, like, whether you're going to be more like non-lethal or lethal. As you see at the moment, it's just you can just shoot people, but there's no consequence really. I mean, yeah, the police come after you, but once they're gone, they're gone. At this point, I think that also it just I don't know, for the story's sake of things as well, it just seems that there's no comeback. You can kill someone and it doesn't matter. I mean, you're meant to be an activist or hacktivist for the people, and all I can see this doing is you just shoot someone and there's no comeback. You don't lose any followers, you don't lose anything. So, and you got to remember, this is about you versus a multinational corporation who've implemented this anti-privacy program, and there you are shooting police officers. I know it's like, oh, it's the Matrix style, I mean, they're just defending the system, blah 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 blah. Fucking hell, you're just shooting a person there, mate, and there should be some comeback. It's not Grand Theft Auto, you're meant to be the good guy. So, I mean, there is a few issues there, and the story, I think, is quite weak. I wouldn't advise going through it a second time. I couldn't take it. But yeah, I mean, and as I said earlier, if you're going to buy a game just to fill some hours, this is the game for that. But I wouldn't say this is an amazing Christmas present, and I definitely wouldn't buy it for your children. I wouldn't even buy it for myself. I'd buy it and trade it in maybe. But that's about it. So thank you for listening. That was my, buyer's guide to Watch Dogs 2. And next time I'm going to be giving you a buyer's guide for the Assassin's Creed Ezio collection. Please don't vomit in horror. Please don't vomit in horror. We've all seen the pictures, I know. It looks better on the Xbox 360 than it does on the Xbox One and PlayStation 3 and the PlayStation 4. Basically, I'll give you a complete rundown on what I think of this remaster and what I think of the other remasters that other companies have done or farmed out to companies to do. Anyway, thank you for listening. I've been Richard, and this was Game Invader.